Steve here from GigSlutz. We're on the 4th floor in the Hilton up in Islington. Lovely scenery. This is better than the normal dives that we get to go and do interviews in, but I'm here with Aaron from AWOLNATION.
This is the first time it hasn't been one of those dives for me personally, just so you know. So this isn't a normal thing to have this beautiful view in this nice hotel. So I don't want anyone to think that my life is really that nice all the time, because it really isn't. Cool.
Yeah, I've got that one out of the way. So how are you finding being over in England? You obviously brought the weather with you here. It's been lovely the last few days. It's a lot nicer than it would normally be. But
yeah, you know, I mean, being from Southern California, it's nice to have a Southern California vibe when you get there, you know. We were in Brighton yesterday, it was hot.
Yeah.
Took off my shirt, walked on the beach, or I should say the rocks.
Yeah.
And it was a really good time. We had a great show. Brighton was amazing.
Yeah.
The kids were slam dancing, not moshing, but slam dancing like the 90s.
Yeah,
you know? And it felt so good, and the energy was great. And we played Kingston at the Peel before that, which is it felt like an old hardcore show, which is great. And we played Paris before that, and we're doing this, and then we're going to Sweden and doing the rest of Europe. So we're just excited to have the opportunity to play at all. And plus, I was sick last time, so it had to be canceled. And so I felt like a complete douche. So I feel, you know, very grateful that I had the opportunity to make up for that. You know.
Yeah, so what's the crowds been like? I mean, obviously over in the States, absolutely massive, and like he's still like breaking through.
Yeah.
So is it like, do you enjoy coming over and like playing in sort of smaller venues and like back in?
Absolutely. You know, it teaches you new things about yourself, because we did this kind of thing in the States first, obviously. So now coming back and going back to the more intimate, fun, sweaty shows is actually what I feel most comfortable in, you know. And you know, we just got off playing stuff like Coachella and all these other kind of massive things. So it's just a great feeling to go. And plus, we're trying out these new songs and stuff.
Yeah.
So you know, it feels. All the best shows I've ever been to were always in intimate, small shows, not the big, huge ones at all. I mean, it's really hard to even enjoy yourself at a big show, I think, you know.
We've talked about Coachella. That was like a massive one recently for yourselves, wasn't it? That was like packing out crowds and everything there. But yeah, how was that one as well? You got Macy up as well, didn't you, to do Sail with you as well?
Well, she had covered Sail on her new covers album, and you know, with Coachella, you're competing with some heavy acts, and so we thought it'd be fun and quirky. No one would ever expect Macy Gray to walk out on her stage ever, unless you knew she had covered it. So it freaked people out. It was really fun. And but the next weekend, I got to jump on the crowd and surf on a surfboard on everybody, and that was really cool, because it was 2 weekends, you know.
What, like from the stage?
Well, the other thing about those festivals that sucks is it was literally like 45 feet from me to the crowd, and I'm used to being able to touch people's hands and you know. Much like the hardcore shows I went to as a kid, where they passed the mic to you and stuff, you know, so there was no chance of that happening. So I had my surfboard shaper design me a crowd surfer board that had no fins on it, so I went out and jumped onto the crowd and jumped on my feet and surfed the crowd, literally. I surfed in the desert. Who knew there were waves in the desert? But that day there were, and it was really fun. So that was, the Macy Gray thing was special, obviously, but I gotta say the surfing thing was the most special, because I'm a surfer and I'd never seen anyone do that before. I've seen Wayne from the Flaming Lips get in his little tube, which I mean, and I'm thinking, man, I could never beat that. But I'm like, well, maybe with the surfboard. I'm not sure if it's as cool as what he does, but we just played with him in Atlanta, which blew my mind. By the way, that was really cool.
On the same bill, or was it?
Yeah, it was us, and then Young the Giant, who are good friends of ours, and then Flaming Lips, and we got to share the stage with Radiohead at Coachella. So lately, I've been playing with all my heroes, which is like a really weird, surreal experience. You know?
Did you see the Tupac hologram? Or
not? I didn't really want to get into it.
Nah,
I didn't really want to see it.
Did you just choose not to?
Yeah, I just didn't want to see it. It just, you know, I don't think Tupac wanted to be on stage, so you know, no one asked him. So I thought it was a little bit weird, personally.
So would you never have that, and obviously years and years to come, would you never want to be brought back as a hologram?
If it was someone who I trusted, maybe, you know, but probably not. You know what I mean? Let it rest in peace. You know? Let's hope that doesn't happen, man.
Yeah, well, I know it'll never happen, man. Live forever, man. Right, so I was going to talk about Macy as well. Like, she's obviously covered the song on the album. If you could pick anyone to cover another one of your tunes, who would that be?
I think it would be cool to have someone really unexpected do it, you know. I mean, to be honest with you, I can't say that anyone would be cool to me. You know what I mean? Just when another artist shows you enough appreciation that they love your song so much that they want to make it their own. I mean, that's the hugest form of flattery possible. So I mean, but it'd be really cool to have someone incredible, some ridiculous artist, you know what I mean, I can't think of anyone
No.
off the top of my head. And everyone I want to say
Right.
would be offended if I said
Yeah.
it, you know what I mean? But you know, it'd be cool if a really good hip hop group covered it. You know,
Right,
use
yeah.
my vocal in the chorus or whatever, and maybe rapped on the verses or something like that. You know, that would be cool. But I've heard a couple versions done that way. But you know,
Yeah, it does-
it'd be cool if like Chuck D rapped
Chuck
in
D,
the
yeah.
verses. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
His voice is so thunderous, and it'd be
Yeah.
so cool to hear.
I think they're over here soon as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think doing a gig on Clapham Common, which
Right.
people go to. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so you were saying before, after this, you've got festivals coming up, Sweden and stuff, was it, or was that just normal?
Sweden and
Yeah.
Germany as
Yeah,
well.
yeah,
Rock
back
and
over
Ring
America.
and all that.
We've got albums already out over here as well.
Yeah, it comes out June 4th, I think, in the rest of Europe.
Right, yeah,
Which
yeah.
is really fun that it's still not out there, you know what I mean? It gives
Yeah.
you something to look forward to, you know?
Yeah, man, definitely. So, plans to come back as well in the future, do you
Yeah,
think?
for sure we'll be back by November, but it may be
Yeah.
even sooner than that.
Yeah, happy days, man. Alright, then, well, it's been great to talk to you. Do you still leave parties without saying goodbye or not?
Of course, yeah.
You haven't left this in.
Now I just don't even go to parties, that's the thing. I don't even go.
Well, I've
Because every night is a party at a show, and that's what people got to understand. So it's not, you know, when you get home, you're over drinking. You know, you drink as much as your liver can handle on tour, and you want to just chill out. You know what I mean?
Sounds like a terrible lifestyle that you've got.
Sometimes it can. It's hard. It's worse than people think. Sometimes,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Oh, well, but it's been a pleasure to speak to you anyway.
Yeah, you
Thanks
too,
for giving
man.
up your time. We'll see you later on at the gig.
Cool.
And
Sounds good.
cheers.